Hello, 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 sunshines. How art thou? How art thou? How art thou? How art thou? I am so happy to be on today. I'm not going to do, excuse me, I'm not going to do the podcast today because I did it on Thursday. I don't need to double dip. Instead, I'm going to take advantage of this situation to answer those questions about the Graphghan. How, what, why, I'm nervous, I'm scared, what am I doing, what's going on? So let's work on that today. Let's work on why. Why isn't it coming out the way we need it to come out? Why isn't it coming, showing the way I want it to be? Let's talk about all of those things so that we can perfect it. So remember, it's always practice to perfection. P2P. Remember that. Remember, you're not always going to just jump right into it and it's going to come out perfect. I still, after all these years, have issues, and there's definitely some issues that I go through that I'm saying, what is wrong with me today? But it's okay. It's all right. It's fine. We're going to get it together, okay? We're going to get it together, and that's what I'm going to do for you today. So, Tracy, girl, you the one who got me to say, okay, let's take advantage of this day. Because honestly, I was not going to do anything. I was just going to complete my orders. But my service is to you and you all only. So I said, okay, let's take advantage of this, right? Take advantage of this free day, because that podcast I did on Thursday, was it a good podcast? Oh my goodness. If you didn't see it, you need to go see it. That podcast was off the chain. I definitely cannot wait until we go to Barbados, because that is something that we talked about, right? We're going to have a crochet retreat in Barbados with Mr. Bueno Crochet. I hope I'm saying that right. Am I saying that right? I don't know if I'm saying it right. Bueno Crochet. But yeah, we're going to work on that. So today is just me helping you out with the Graphghan hacks, showing you what I do to get over some things. So that's what we're going to do. So, hey, Tracy, and who else is on here? Charmaine, hey, Bestie, Nat, my moderator. I don't see my moderator. I don't see her. Hey, Kimora. Hey, Dana Dane, how art thou? Cheryl, Celeste, Catherine, how art thou? How art thou? Let me find out that you guys love to hear my podcast and you just miss the podcast, that you need me to say the podcast. Or are you just trying to figure out, what the hell am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong with this? What am I doing wrong? So, okay, that's what I'm here. I'm here to do. Miss Scarborough, how art thou? I have a brother, a Mason brother, whose name is Scarborough. And I always be like, hey, brother Scarborough, because he's so southern. He is so southern. Hi, Wendy. How art thou? All right. So, if you would like to give me a donation, I would be greatly appreciated. And down there below on the right, there is something called Super Chat. So, when you have a Super Chat, you just click on that little button and bang, Super Chat away. I just started getting the Super Chat. So, everything that I have hooked up is not automatically like working for me right now. I did purchase some knickknacks so that when you have a Super Chat, it's supposed to blow this up. But I didn't think it through. Yeah, I didn't think it through. I need an extension cord. I didn't think it through. It works, but it's not going to work the way I want it to work. So when you guys do a Super Chat, it's supposed to be, yes, bitch, yes, yeah. I'm so jerky. So not yet. But I am starting to work on some other things, memberships, and whatever your heart desires is going to get. But I am greatly appreciative for all those who support me and my channel. If you're not a part of Graphghan University, be a part of Graphghan University, because more most of my tips and tricks I'm going to put in there because it's a safe place where I can put my written literature, I guess, instead of the videos. The videos I'll put on YouTube, but the literature I'm going to put in there. So in the description, or one of the moderators can send you the link for that group. And that's it. I guess we can start. Any questions that you may have, feel free to ask. Just make sure you put question marks around, because on this side it's like a delay, so I can only see certain amount of comments. I can't see them all at one time. So if I miss it in between my switching cameras, just put the question marks and I'll look for you. That way I could be able to answer your questions while I'm on live. I think that's the best thing to do. That way, if you have a question, I can show you how to do it while I'm on live. So the first thing I wanted to talk about is my girl Tracy. So I wanted to use her as an example because Tracy been doing Graphghans for a while. Tracy has been doing my graphs for a long time. So it's not the bad graphs, because I don't put out bad graphs. It's not her, because she crochets extremely well. I even showcased her. My hair is just so funky today. I even showcased her. What is it? It was your Game of Thrones, and I put it next to the C2C to show everybody the difference between her version of single crochet versus the C2Z version. And of course, her version blew everybody away. The colors, the neatness, everything about it was just so beautiful. And it actually turned some people who wanted to do C2C all the daggone time to turn over to single crochet. But there's still some doubt. She still has some doubt. And she showed me a picture of how her how it looks. So I want to show you that picture, but before I show you that picture, I just want to say that you are unique. All of you. All of you guys are unique. You are going to have different tension, and your stitch may be the same, but the way you crochet is not going to be like everyone else. It's not going to be like mine or Gail's or whoever. So you have to understand that when you are crocheting and you are giving us your all, it doesn't mean that you're wrong. And it doesn't mean that you are doing something that is going to be really bad. It doesn't mean that at all. So I want you guys to really, really, really take a seat and give yourself a hand, because at least you are able to come on here and say, I need a little bit of help. Some people don't even think they need help. Some people think that they're so well advanced that they don't need this. I'm here to tell you that I still need help. I still want the help. I still research for help, just so that I can perfect my craft and get it together and get better. And that's what I want you all to do. So I just wanted to say that. Now, let me show you what she is concerned about. I don't see why, but like I said, to each his own. Everybody, I think she's having an off day or off week. So what I want you to also realize, that when you crochet and your mind is on, even though crocheting is supposed to be therapy, but when your mind is simply on other things, and it's things that's going around you that you cannot control, it tends to go into your work. I rush. A lot of times I am trying to bust out orders left and right. So I notice when I'm doing that, my mind is focused on getting finished and not to take a deep breath and be like, okay, Shauna, you got to get it together. This needs to look good. And you want your customer to be happy. So I stop. and I get it together, and then I keep on going. Your customer, if it's for a customer or if it's a gift, you have to always understand this stuff takes time. Things happen. You may not be able to finish it in that time that you need to finish it. And it's okay. It's fine. This is handmade, okay? Our hands. We're human. It takes time. Just please understand that, because it's not you. It's not you. All right, here we go. So this is what Tracy sent me. Let me see if I can pull it up closer. All right, so this is what Tracy sent me. Tracy is, if you see around the edges, she's concerned about how the edging looks. I want to say that there's nothing wrong with it. She says she has OCD. But I do see where she's coming from. Not just the edging, but you can see the white in between. I don't know if you can see my cursor, but in between there's some white areas right here and right here. So she's concerned about that. She's concerned because in between her changing her colors, you can see that white, and that's something you don't want to see. As you can see right here, you can see that white. And that's a common mistake a lot of people have. A lot of people have this mistake, and it has, like I said, it's not really her. It's not even noticeable to some people, but it can be noticeable. Now, she says it happens every other row. So it's not going to happen when it's facing in front of her. It happens when she turns her work around. So when she turns her work around, she's crocheting from, if I'm not mistaken, Tracy, you're crocheting from left to right. So when you're crocheting from left to right and the work, you're facing it from the back, she said that's when it happens. Now, when we are crocheting, right? So we're going from right to left and left to right. It's jagged. As we're crocheting, it's the way we're leaning. It's our attention. It's whatever stitch we're using. And sometimes that can cause a little imperfection. Doesn't mean you're doing anything wrong. It just means you may want to ease up your tension. You may want to change your position. You may want to not do the extended version. So I'm going to show you what I do. I don't have that problem at all. But she's also OCD. So it may be like in her mind is like, this is a problem, this is a problem, this is a problem. When in reality it's okay. It's okay. But I wanted to actually show you what I am doing right now this very second for an order. And I wanted to be able to do real time with you so that the issue that I had last night, I stopped and I decided to basically show you. Also, the other thing that I'm going to show you is my girl Kamara. She had an issue. Her issue was the carrying the colors when you don't want to carry even if it's like 1, 2, or 3 stitches apart, you don't want to carry that color in between the 2, 3 stitches apart. Or when it stops on row 4 and it doesn't go back again until row 7. So in between row 5, 6, you're like, I got to start all over again. So that means you're cutting it. You don't have to do that. You don't have to cut it every time it ends and start all over, because that means you're going to do a whole lot of weaving. Divas don't weave. I don't like weaving. I don't like to do it all the time. So this is why I did the pop, lock, and drop. Pop, lock, and drop is my method of changing colors in a Graphghan. Let me tell you, it does not work for everyone. Again, it's your tension. You may be frustrated and maybe all types of things. It's okay. It's fine. If it's not for you, we can work on different things. How I started Pop Lock and Drop is only because I had a problem with changing colors and it not look like I changed the color. It looked kind of messy. And I wanted to do a way where I'm locking it in and it doesn't come apart. And I noticed if I do my method or my technique, it came out pretty well. So I just wanted to basically say it all depends on you, how you crochet, how you would even sew it, because Gail, my crochet partner Gail, she crochets backwards because she was taught by a left-handed person and she's right-handed. So she was taught backwards. So, like I said, it all depends on how you were taught and how your tension is. All of that matters. All of that matters. Okay, so do I have any questions? Like, right? You wanna give us some love? No extended version. Got it. No extended version. I don't understand, Tracy. That's the only way I know. Well, it's not the only way I know. That's what I do. That is what is going on with me right now. I want to pull that Patriots blanket apart but I won't. I just mentioned two things. I'm sorry, I don't understand which one, Mariana. But I'm going to go over both. I feel your pain. So, all right, I'm reading comments. If you have a question, make sure you put the question marks, like 4 or 5 of them in the beginning and 4 or 5 of them at the end. That way I'm not reading actual comments and actual questions. All right, let me pull up the other camera. So I'm going to go over. Let me pull up the other camera. You know what? Wait. Before I pull up the other camera, let me first explain. Sorry. Before I pull up the other camera, let me first explain one thing. When you have that graph, it has to be a good graph. If the graph is not good, meaning if you have a whole bunch of random dots and the dots are not lining up, that can also cause your work to look wonky and it could look like it needs some help. It's not you, it's the graph. So don't think that it's all you. Let's fix those imperfections first, and then we'll find out if it is you or not. I just wanted to say that because I remember someone asking me that question, and then when she showed me the graph, I'm looking like, first of all, let's get you a better graph. So once I got her a better graph, then it was good. So sometimes that's all it is, just getting a better graph. And I think you guys out there who are spreading the word about that, getting a better graph and getting a good graph, I see who are saying all of that, and I thank you. You don't even have to tag me. You don't have to do none of that. Just spreading the word of good Graphghan work and how to do good, how to get a good graph and all of that. That's perfect. That's perfect. All right, let me change this camera. Okay. So I am going to, all right. So remember, this is a delay. Okay. I don't know why, but for some apparent reason, it's a delay. So don't yell at me. I don't know why, but it's a delay. I'm getting it like 3 to 4 seconds later. I don't know why, but it is. All right. Okay. I can even tell a bad one from a good one. All right. So my camera is also showing backwards too. So I'm actually sorry about that because I tried to change it over and it wouldn't let me. All right, so I am on this row right here. And where I had the problem myself is I'm going to answer Kamara's question first. Kamara's question was, I'm sorry, not Kamara, Tracy. Tracy question with the changing of the colors. So I'm right here, so I'm going to do the letters. I think letters are the perfect example on how to help someone with changing colors, because letters is very tedious and it's consistent changing colors. So I decided to just stop here and show you guys how I do it. I don't like my hands, man. I don't like my hands. Jeez, I don't like my hands. All right, so I don't use bobbins. Okay, so I don't want anyone to say, I can't do your method. It's okay. You don't have to do my method. You can do your own method. You could get your own bobbins. It's okay. We all are different. I just can't do the bobbins because I just get so much work and orders, and I just don't have time to do the bobbins. All right, so I'm going to go over so that I can show you. So what I'm doing right now is just HTC. Do you have to do HTC? No. You could do single crochet. Okay. You could do single crochet. All right. So now I'm about to change colors, right? As you can see, so I'm going from left to right, being that this is the back. I'm going left to right. Wait 1 second. Did I change the color? All right. So now I'm about to pick up my next color. This is my next color, right? Now, because this row right here, it's 8. I needed like 10 of these of this color, this pink color. So because I needed 10 and it goes right here, in order to make it easy for you, I pick this color up. As you can see, I'm lifting it with my thumb and I'm putting into the hole with this on top. I do that because you want to make it close to you as possible. So when you are doing the color change, it's right there. Now, if I didn't do that, it's fine. I just find the color change to me is easier when I do it that way. So if I didn't do it that way, it turns out like this. So that means this string is going to go up in a slant. Like here. It goes up into a slant. You can do it if you want. You don't have to. I sometimes like the slant. I don't know why. I think I'm crazy sometimes. I sometimes like the slant. It's just, I don't know. It's just the way it looks as I people say, I don't understand why the back of her work look like that and why she doesn't have all those strings hanging. It's because I don't like weaving. I don't like weaving. I don't like weaving at all. So my method shows me so that shows me my method is really easy for me because I do not like to weave. All right, so I'm going to crochet over and I'm going to do my pop, lock, and drop. So now I'm going into my white, all right? And I'm going to do the extended HDC. So as you can see, I'm yarn over, going in my stitch, yarn over and pull up a loop. Yarn over, pull through one, and drop to the back or to the front. Wherever your back is, my back is to the front, so I'm dropping down right here. Now I'm picking up that white, or you can have it already there. Then you're going to go yarn over and pull through all. Now, when I pull through all, I am also going to tug down on this other color. When I tug down on the other color, I don't know if you can see, but it pulls together. When it pulls together, it looks better from the front when you pull it together. So I'm going to yarn over and then go into the next stitch. I got to add white for here. So when you do that, it looks pretty good. It looks okay. The thing that I think Tracy is having a hard time with is the fact that you can see the other color in between the color change. So that was another reason why I wanted to do HDC. Let me try again so I can see. Because if you notice, all the way down in here, you don't see the color change. You don't see the color change. But right here, I do see the color change right here. But all down here, I don't see the color change. And right here, I see the color change. But it seems like it happens like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like maybe every 4 to 5 rows. I don't know if it's me or if it's the crochet. I have no idea. I have no idea. But let me tell you something. It's okay. It is okay because the overall picture is coming out good. It's not. It's neat and it's not like it's a bad what am I saying? A bad color change. It's not bad at all. I am going to do one more way, but let me change this white. I'm going to do another way. In case my method does not work for you, or if you're doing single crochet, let me change color. Actually, let me just do it here. If that doesn't work, you could do single crochet. So single crochet, I still use my method, but I use the extended version of single crochet. So I would yarn over and pull through one. Then I would drop to wherever your back is. Then I will pick up the next color and yarn over and pull through both. But I will pull down on this. I will pull down on it. You always give it a little tug. And then you go into the next one and yarn over, pull through, yarn over, pull through both. And that's how I do the single crochet version. I don't always do single crochet because single crochet to me is just not my thing. I don't like doing it. But it's the same thing. Single crochet extended version and HDC's extended version is basically the same. And it's up to you. I don't discriminate when it comes to whichever way. Now, the other way that I used to do before I decided to do my method is just a simple color change. And that simple color change is I'm gonna do half double first. Half double, which is yarn over, go into the stitch, yarn over, pull up, and then I drop. There's no extended version, it's just regular HDC. Now you're going to yarn over and pull through. Now, as you see, I don't know if you can see, but as you can see, those 3 stitches that I just pulled through are like raising up. Like I can't even, like when I pull down on it, it all does not go down. So that was what I used to always have the problem with, and I didn't like that. I didn't like that at all. Let me see something. Let me show you from my phone too. Give me 1 second. One second. I'm gonna show you from my phone because this is something that a lot of people are having a hard time with. So I just want to show you real quick from my phone. Um, so trying to make it. There you go. You can see that now. So if you can see, that the 3 are just up. It's not really like laying flat down like I need it to lay down. It's like up there in the air. I find that when I do it like that and it's hanging up like that, it's not a good transfer of color change. So this is why I decided to do my method, which is the pop, lock, and drop. All right, let me go back to the other camera. I need my OBS so I could transfer over smoothly. I don't like this. This is ridiculous. I want to transfer over smoothly. Okay, so here we go. Yarn over, pull out, yarn over. So this is the extended version, and now I'm changing my color. And I found these results. Oh, girl. Sorry. Oh, gosh. My camera is not the best, but we got to deal with it. It keeps falling too. God damn you. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. And I did, let me add to it. So when my bobbin, or your bobbin, because I don't have bobbins, when my bobbin is up, I just add it. And then I keep the strings. I keep the strings because this is how I do not weave. So I'm going to yarn over because I do HDC, and even because I'm not changing colors, I'm just adding to it. I'm yarn over and pull through that one, and yarn over and pull through all three. And I do that for my changing color because I don't want these strings to come loose or come out. So I feel like when I lock it with that extra yarn over and pull through that one, and I'm locking it down, and then I'm yarn over and again and pulling through all three, it locks it in there. And you can actually see that extra yarn over and pull through that one. You can actually see that. Okay, so that yarn over, pull through one, yarn over, pull through three. That extra step, it saves lives, I'm telling you. I had crocheted so many of these Graphghans and didn't do that extra step, and sometimes that weaving is definitely going to come apart. Um, and this also helps me so that I do not have to use that needle to weave through all the daggone time, like what you have to do. I maybe do 5 for a large blanket, maybe 6, the most 7. I don't do no more than 10. Whereas there's some people who's doing like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of them. If you are going to cut right here and start a new color, and then cut right here and then start a new color, like that right there is time consuming and unnecessary. What I do is just let it hang. I let the colors hang because when I go back to it, it's waiting right there for me. If you have a question, this is perfect timing to ask me that question. That way I could do it for you live. All right, so now I go back to regular half double crochet. You don't have to. You can clearly just do extended version, the whole entire blanket. I don't do that. I am a special case though. So if it's too much for you, then don't do it. You don't have to do it. I do. I'm just showing you what works for me. Okay. So where am I? Okay. So now I'm going to do my method again. Pop, lock, and drop. Because now it's time to do another color change. So now I just did my extended version of HDC. Now I'm picking up this pink, yarn over, and pull through all 3. Now I'm pulling down. Okay, then yarn over, and I'm going in, and then I'm going to do the extended version. I do the extended version here and here. And I do that so that I know that this is locked in and it doesn't come out. There is no, you can't see no color change here. Can't really tell, but you can't see no color change. So that looks good. And now I'm going to go to the next one. The next color change will be here, right here. So now I'm going to put my hook in here, yarn over, pull through 1, pull it down, pick up. Now this is too daggone short. I am not going to be able to do this with how short this is. So I am going to take some yarn. All right, but listen, let me show you something. Where I'm at right here is right here. So I actually only need 2 white stitches. That's it. I don't need any other anything else, because when I go up, it's all going to be this pink area. So that's all I need is the white 2 stitches. That's it. Because I only have this left off, I am not going to lie. Sometimes I will just do that one like this, but you only have a little bit left over to complete your color change. So because I only have a little bit left to complete the color change, I would either just add the extra white and get that done and over with, or I would do a regular color change. But when I do the regular color change, I would take this and I would do this until I can weave this in. So I will weave this in right away so that this part don't come out. But it's really, really, really short. So I honestly won't do it with this one. But if it was a little bit longer, I may have. It's really, really, really short. So the best thing for me to do is to just add more white. That's just to be on the safe side so that your color doesn't come out. But if it was a little longer, I would do it for that one. I would do it for that one. And then the next one, I would just make a solid pink. That's what I would do. I would just make this solid pink and I would do it for just that one. But because it's just so, this is just really, 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 really short, it's just best to go ahead and take my losses and add a little bit. I also, you also have to keep in mind that you got to think ahead. You have to think, I'm going to need, once I finish this right here, I'm going to need white here and here. So because I'm going to need white here and here, I need this. So it's best if I just add the extra white so that I can pull it over so that I can use it here. Instead of adding a new color white, I will use the white that I added here. So it will be the best thing ever for me to just add that extra white. And so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add the extra white, and then I could be able to use it over here for one of these open areas. And that right there is another reason why it's best to have a graph, a chart, instead of doing written instructions. Because it's times where you're not even going to be able to see where you're going to need to fix something or improvise, or where you don't have to keep stopping that color, cutting it and weaving. This is just something that I think is a little easier to deal with, the chart, rather than written instructions. I'm visual, so this part is just extremely beneficial for me. So yeah, that's what I do. I basically plan ahead. I plan to have to use this part for one of these openings right here. So let me do that right there. And after I finish this, I will answer questions. Okay. Now I'm going to add. When I add, I try to leave a little left over. But because, listen, here go another hack. Because I need 2 areas. I need this one right here and this one right here. and I don't want to cross-contaminate, meaning carry that color, what I would do is I would use this color change, and I will pull the end as long as I need, because I don't need it too long. I only need it for, let's see, 5 rows, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, I only need it for 5 rows. So I'm going to take this end and pull it to about that much. How do I know? I don't always know, but I do know it's not going to be too much that I need, because once I get to the last 5th row, I'm going to have to crochet over it with all white. So I don't need a whole lot to just cover those 5 rows. So I will take I will take the yarn from the skein, and then I will have the yarn that I just pulled. So both ends right here I will have, and I am going to use that. All right, so now I'm going to yarn over, go in. As I'm doing that, I'm just pulling on the 2 strings here. Yarn over, pull up, yarn over, pull through 1, and now I need to change my colors. So now I'm going to have this right here for this side, and this right here for this side. So when I come back, it's already there and waiting for me. Now I'm going to pick this one up and pull it through, and I need, how many I need for that? Okay, 6. So yarn over, pull through 1, yarn over, pull through 3. And then I would just do regular single crochet, not single, half double crochet throughout. 2, 3, 5, 6. Okay. Now it's time to pick this one up. And now, okay, as I'm going to go, I'm going to answer your questions. Okay, so okay, so if you have a question, make sure you put question marks on the front and on the back, so I don't have a hard time finding your question, because there's a lot of comments. I want to be able to find the actual question. Yes, Tracy. It works for single crochet too. All right, so how do you stop the yarn from tangling when turning back and forth? Let me show you 1 second. Let me show you. How do I do that? Okay, Kimberly, how do I do that? I like that name, Spirits Crochet. I like that. That's dope. Let me lock this in first so it doesn't come out. All right. If I'm crocheting and it's like this, right? I always remember my right hand because I'm right-handed. So being that I always remember my right hand, I am moderators, do me a favor, please. Right now, this very second, can you write down this timestamp? 48, 49 minutes. Write down this timestamp for me for changing directions. That way I could put it in the description. That way no one don't have to watch the whole entire video. They could just go straight to that timestamp. Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, so I just always use this hand right here, my right hand, and I always turn it around like that, right? So after I finish crocheting, then I take this hand and I go turn it around again like that. So basically all I'm doing is turning it around and turning it back like this, because sometimes in the beginning, I used to always forget which way I turned it around. Oh, my hair is, oh my God, I'm getting so upset. I spent $150 on this. All right, so I go this way, and then I go that way. So I always use my right hand. If you're left-handed, you can use your left hand. It doesn't matter. Just make sure when you turn it around and you finish, even if you go about your business and do whatever you do, I always make sure that I have this hand and turn it back. Turn it back. And so because I'm doing the same exact location or same thing all the time, yeah, sometimes I do forget. But because I'm consistently doing it this way, even if I do forget and I turn it all the way around by accident, I'm not making it so twisted and tangled up and knotted up because I'm not consistently turning it all the way around 360. I'm literally just going like this and then back over. That's all. Can you write it down for me, Shay, please? That way I can get it from you so that I can write it in the description. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. I appreciate Shay. Isn't she the best? Next question is, if you don't use bobbins, do you use separate skins of yarns? I just let them hang. No. Sometimes I do, but they just hang. They just hang like this. I literally took this from the bedroom to here, and then here I was crocheting a little before I got on, and then I'm doing this, and it's fine. It's not a whole bunch of like mess. Listen, I'm okay with it. Some people don't want it to just hang because they feel it'll give them anxiety and they don't want it all over the place. I'm okay. Okay? I'm confident in what I'm doing. I'm confident that even if it did get twisted, it's okay. Oh, a lot of times as I'm crocheting, it's pulling it out because again, I'm going that one route. So because it's like me turning a page and then turning back to that same page, it doesn't get mixed up in all of that. The only time that it will get knotted up is when I'm transporting and I did not secure it first. And you know, when the more you mat it down, the more it starts getting tangled. And then when you're pulling on it, it gets really mangled and tangled. So I learned to just not do that. I learned that it will work its way out regardless. It just will. But other than that, using bobbins is something that some people just need. And it's so many different bobbins. The plastic ones, you can make your own bobbins. You can put them into cakes and balls. You can use the baggies. It's so many different versions, and there's so many different ways that you can use it. I think there's even like what Shay used, which is just over the top contraptions where you have this wooden thing with all these like it's too much. It's just too much. Tracy, do me a favor. When you are asking a question, put question marks on one end and on the other end so I'll know it's a question and not just a comment. Can you show when you're working from the back side and color changing? Like if you have to stop right before the color change and have one stitch left and have to drag the background color over one. I'm trying to understand what you're trying to say. I think you're trying to say to do color. I think I did that though. Didn't I just do that with the W? But I have like this, for instance, for Willow. I'm about to do I, L, and L. Is that what you're talking about? But I don't have to carry it because I already have the strings hanging from it. I don't even carry it. I can because it's one. Usually they would say to only carry no more than 3. So if the if the I and the L and the L were separated by 3 different stitches, they say you can do that. You can basically carry it over. I won't, and I'm not, especially for this one, because this is a dark pink and this is white. You will definitely see me changing colors. You will see this dark go running across this white. Even though it's one stitch, I don't want to do it. It's not even necessary. I might as well keep doing what I'm doing and just changing the colors. Now, if it is like that W or that O, the W or the O, where you have the middle, is a color changing here. I already showed you how to do that W. The O, I already have yarn in there already that I added for the O. So I don't have to do any what you call it? I don't have to do any cross contamination. But what I did do is I left it for the pink to be just on one side. Then I have the white, and I'm going to show you what I do to get to the other side of the O. As you can see, I don't know if you understand what I just said. I have the pink and the white. But what would I do? Would I cross contaminate or would I add to the next one? That's what I'm going to show you. Let me see. How do you take it up rows like that? How do you carry it like that? I'm going to show you. I'm going to show you in a second. I think I did, but I'm going to show you again. I'm going to try my best not to get scissor happy for the remainder of the blanket. I had 1,000,001 bobbins for the first section of. Yeah. So when I saw what you did, and you basically what Kamara did was she cut, and that's actually what a lot of people do. So when you go do your color change, instead of carrying it over, she stopped, cut, and then start all over again. It's a lot of work. So even though she's doing extremely what common sense would tell you, when you don't want your colors to cross contaminate, it's simple. It's a simpler way to do it. So that's why I said, let me, show you what I do. And to me, it's easier. But her reasoning for doing it also is because, like my W, there's that, let me show you, there's that, where am I? Oh, here it is. There's that space right here that's open. Then it closes. But then you have the 2 white areas that's open. In order for me to, so I don't have to cut this off, I'm literally going to pull it up. I'm going to show you how to do that. I'm going to try to color. Let me see. Yeah, I'm going to show you how to do that. See, I think I'm automatically so used to turning. I automatically turned it that way. I'm just so used to doing it. It's like I have it now. So I automatically turned it that way. All right. So W, 1, 2, 3. 2. All right. So now I'm going to answer the next question before I show you how to do what I'm talking about. So when you add the extra white, do you work the pink over it until you need it? Or so let me get to that part so I can show you. because it's going to be hard to explain without me showing you. Changing colors and having to drag over one stitch, if that makes sense. That's exactly what she's asking. Y'all asking the same exact question, I think. If that makes sense, that is where my color shows through. Changing colors and having to drag over one stitch. You don't have to drag over the one stitch, but are you talking about drag over or drag up? Because that's what I'm going to do with the W. I'm dragging up. Okay, so now I'm at the oh, let me see if there's any more questions. Oh my gosh, I'm backed up with the questions. Um uh hard to explain, but I'll make sure. Okay, those are just comments. Okay. I don't know if that makes sense. Those are comments. Okay, let me turn back then. Wait, 1 second. Let me see. Like if you are doing a graph and your background stops one stitch before you graph color. I think that's where I was talking about, though. I'm not sure. I think that's what I was talking about. Only if your Sheila, only if your tablet has PC Stitch. If your tablet do not have not PC Stitch, Windows. You gotta have Windows operating system. That's all. If you don't have Windows operating system on there, then you cannot. All right. So my O is 3 pink. So that's what I'm doing here. 3 pink. Now it's time to change my colors. So I'm going to do my extended HDC. I'm picking up my white that I already had there, that I started from the row before. Tugging down on that pink, yarn over. But as I'm doing it, this is the tail from the white from the last row. I'm going to crochet over that as well. I'm doing this like a Z formation. So because I crocheted over it down here, the second row, I'm going back and crocheting over the next way. So that is what I call Z formation. Z as in zebra formation. So now I'm locking it in. I'm going to do that for the whole entire 3 stitches because I have this little stitch in there and I just want to make sure that I'm locking that in. And it does not come out, and I'm just taking my fingers and pulling it closer towards me so that it doesn't stick out towards the front. So as I'm locking it in, I'm holding it down towards the back, yarn over and pull through all 3. Actually, I gotta take that apart because now I got a color change. Yarn over, go in, pulling that. So I'm tugging on it a little bit too. Tugging on it a little bit and pulling out that one loop, yarn over and pull through that one. Now you still got the 3. Now it's time to add the pink because I have it on this side, but I don't have it on this side. Because I'm eventually going to close it up here, I don't need another one. I don't need to add another one. What I usually do is take the end of this and I would use the end of the string that I have hanging. Now, if you're using bobbins, it's not going to work because that means you will have to take the whole entire bobbin apart. So if you're using bobbins or if you're using it from the skein of yarn, it's not going to work. What I would do is I would cut a good amount out that you know will be good enough for hair. And I would use the end of this. So when you use the end of this, then you're going to have, it's going to be a loop. It's going to be, like a loop on here. I do this because I don't like wasting yarn. I think it's best if I use as much of it as possible, because if I added more of this pink, then that means that I will have a lot left over. I don't want that. I don't want a lot left over. So now I'm adding this pink. I am pulling this a little bit over. So also too, what I would have done, but because I knew I was doing this, what I would have done is what I did with the W over here. I would have down here pulled out more than enough, and then I would have used the end right here, and I would have started off with this part right here. The reason why is because that means I will have this side and then this side. That way I wouldn't have to worry about doing this. But I wanted to show you how to do this part, just in case purposes. All right, so I am crocheting over this tail. Sometimes I make the tail a little longer so that I can do my Z formation and make sure that that tail is weaved in very well. Because I'm not using the needle to do it, this is the reason why I am doing it this long. All right, so now I'm going to yarn over and pull through that one, drop it down, and the next thing is my W. All right, so this one is a good example I'm going to show you. Okay, so the W, this is where the W stops, right here. The W stops. I'm going to crochet over. Now, I think this is the question you guys are asking. This stops, but I'm going to need it right here. So I can be able to use this white here or here, whatever way. And when I do that, I am just going to push it up. So when I crochet over, I'm going to go this way. When I crochet over this way, I'm just pushing it up. When I come back this way, I'm just pushing it up. So that when I come back and I'm going to be on this side, I am going to make sure that it is leaning towards this way so that I can just pick it up and put it over here. Then what I would do is use the end of the one that I'm using on here to put over here. That way I am not cross-contaminating at all. So let me show you now how I do it. Pull through all three, pull down, yarn over, go in, pull up. Okay, so now I am going all the way over. So again, like I was saying on the graph, I'm going this way, and then I'm going this way, and then I'm going to go back this way. So when I go back this way, that means this is the side I'm going to need this white yarn. So I'm going to make sure that as I'm pulling it up, I'm pulling it up towards this side. This is another reason why it's good to have a chart, because when you have written instructions, you cannot see that you're going to need to do this. You can't see it. But, know, some people need the written instructions. All right, so I'm going to pull this up. I'm going to take my yarn and pull it on top. Yarn over and pull. 1 second. Okay, that's how I do it. I'm like, wait a minute, what am I doing? Okay. Because I do it so daggone quick. Sometimes I don't even realize what I'm doing. What I just did was yarn over, and then I would take the white yarn and put it on top of my hook. Then I go into my stitch, yarn over, and pull up a loop. When I do that, it is wrapped around this one loop right here. This white yarn is wrapped around that one loop. You don't see it in the front or anything. Then I yarn over and pull through that one. Then I yarn over, pull through all three. Then I just leave it. I pull down on it a little because you just want it to push up. That's it. So now I yarn over and go through here. And that's it. Now I'm going to need to do the same for this one because this one I'm going to need as well. As you can see, the W has 3 parts right here. So I'm only going to have room for 2. But it's okay. I'm just going to bring this up. So yarn over, pull up, go in the stitch, yarn over, pull up 1 loop, yarn over, pull through that 1 loop, and then you got 3 on your hook, yarn over, pull through all 3. And the same thing. So, if you can see, all I did was pull up the white and pull up the pink. That's it. I just pulled it up. So it's easier. Instead of stopping right here, cutting it and weaving it, and then have to add again, all I did was pull it up. And when you pull it up, you cannot see from the front. You can't. You can't see it. I tug on it a little bit too. Just tug on it a little bit. Yarn over. And I continue over until I am done. And then that's basically it for the letters. And then I continue to go on over. So while I finish that, is there any other questions while I finish this so I can show you how it looks from the other side? Listen, this right here can be really tedious, but I think the more you practice and the more you just keep going, you'll be fine. You'll be fine. Sorry. That was my fault. That was my fault. I'm sorry. That was my fault. I actually, Yeah, that was my fault. Sorry. I was trying to move the camera over. Sorry. Yeah. I just turned the daggone camera off too. Jeez. Only Shauna. I just turned the camera off. Let me turn the camera back on. But yeah, that's basically how I would do that part. How I would do to fix that. It's really simple. It's not what we all think it is. It's not that bad. It's not that bad at all. My issue that I used to have was the changing the colors, and that was the main reason why I did the pop, lock, and drop, because changing the colors is what really got to me. But if you would like, please subscribe. If you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribing is great, and share, because sharing is caring. And thumbs up. Give me a like. I need the likes. Facebook wants me to have you press the like, because that's how I am able to continue this station, well, this channel. And if you would like to donate, in the right down there is a donation button. That would be extremely appreciative. But I am going to keep on going no matter what. I am doing the same, like on the corner of this graph, there's pink. There's like a dark pink, and then it goes into the light pink. In order, sometimes, I could just cut it, or I can pull up that light pink, because it's going to start within like 6 rows, 5 or 6 rows. So it's like, would I want to cut it, or would I want to pull it up? Sometimes that's just a matter of discretion, if you want to do it that way or not. You don't have to, but I decided to pull it up because I just wanted to see how it was going to look. But when I pull it up, you don't pull it up all, wonky. You pull it up from the same exact stitch that was from the bottom. Because if you pull it up a little over, or a little, more over on this side, then it starts to look crazy. You don't want to do that. Where is my pen? Okay. All right. So, is there any other questions before I show you this last part of my video, which is how to go back? I don't like letters at all. I do not like doing letters at all. It's like the worst. I don't mind doing the letters as I'm graphing, but to crochet it, oh, I don't like it at all. Okay, so now I am going back over. So now that my work is facing me, it may look a little different because see, now Tracy got me really looking at it, and I can actually see, like, every 5th row, my color changing is the same exact way, and I don't understand why. Every 5th row, it's like almost every 5th row is like that. But other than that, everything else is like cool. Daggone it, Tracy. I'm not frogging it either. Daggone it, Tracy. Now you got me staring at it. It's not bad looking. It's just I used to do also was just pull it over. That's it. Take a little hook, maybe like a H, E, and just pull it over. That's it. I don't want to make it. Oh man, I just realized something. Ah, so this is something I was not expecting. I wasn't expecting it. I didn't pay attention to this part right here. So as you can see, as I'm doing the color change, I was worrying about bringing it up to, I can't stand how it does that. Bringing it up here. I was looking at it from a different way. I didn't realize that my color change literally start right on the, right here, right there. My color change starts right there. I didn't realize that. I didn't see that until just now. So when I was pushing the color up, I was pushing it up more towards the middle and not towards where it needs to go. So I have to make a decision. Do I want to use it or just cut? If I cut, I'm going to have to weave it in. Daggone it. I didn't even think about it like that. I done did the damn graph and I didn't even realize that. So if I pull it over, it's gonna look like this. And that looks horrid. Horrid. So what I am going to do is have to cut it. Oh, daggone it. So now I gotta weave this. I don't like weaving. So what I'm gonna do is now I'm gonna take this apart. I'm not even going to have it going up. I'm just going to take it apart and just have it, weave down into the color, the same exact color. Tag on it, man. I didn't even realize that. It's all right. It's all right, Diva. It's okay. It's okay. You could just add it. So I'm going to add that one. Really? I did all of that for this. I did all of that. Hi, handsome. How are you? What are you doing? Okay. Are you sorry. I had to talk to the handsome little boy. So I'm just gonna add that. It's gonna be just that one. And I'm gonna add that yarn over and pull through that one. And that's it. That's all I'm gonna do for that. Because it would look so ugly and tacky if I left it. Oh, see, all of my string is starting to, I guess, because I have, for some apparent reason, when I take my yarn and I just pull like this, I'm always pulling almost the same amount. So it's like now they're all starting to get short. So because it's starting to get short now, I need to re-up. All right, so the next one is who's best friend? Charmaine still on here? That's my best friend. Okay, so now it's time to go back to that W, and then I can show you how I bring up that white. Hey, Charmaine, how art thou? Not 1 in 3 cross contaminations. going. And if it's that dark to Shay. Oh, Eli. I'm like, wait a minute. Who's your best friend? Eli. Shay said, hi, best friend. Shay said, hi, best friend. Yeah, he said, who's Shay? Oh, I know her. That's my son. That is my son. All right, let me change camera so you can see what the heck I'm doing. If you have any other questions, you are more than welcome to ask. Just make sure you put question marks on the front, question marks on the side. After I finish doing this row, then we're done. So if you have any questions, it's best to ask now. I'm very mad. I'm very mad. No audio. That's so wrong. So wrong. So wrong. All right. I don't know where. Shut up, Shay. I don't know where I stopped at. I gotta go back. So, you have saw what I did, but you didn't hear what I said. So I'm going over. Go back. I muted when I pulled out the other hook. Damn you, hook. When I pulled out the other hook. So basically, I was just saying all you have to do is take a smaller hook and, pull it over. When you do that, that's easier than taking it out and doing it all over again and taking it out and doing it all over again. And it hides it. What I was also saying was because of the position of the camera, it looked like it was, completely showing, but from my end it didn't. But I did show you how you take a little hook and just pull it over. That's it. Yarn over, pull through all 3, and I am gonna go do the extended version right there. And I'm going to move over until I get right under where I'm at here so I can pull this one up. That one is on the, not this one, but the next one. So as I go in, I yarn over, I go in my stitch, I pull up. When I pull up this hanging string, I put it over my hook, yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through that one loop, tug on it a little. When you're tugging on it a little, it basically like swoop it all up in there. Yarn over, pull through all 3, tug a little again. Now we're going to yarn over and pull through, yarn over and put your hook through that next one. So the next one is where the white is at. You're going to put that on top of your hook. Yarn over, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through a loop. Pull down on this white again. Yarn over, pull through all 3. And I'm going to do one more just to be on the safe side. And then keep going over. So, like I was saying when I was muted, to when you are doing this, just make sure that you're doing it in the same exact stitch that it was left off at. So the white was on this stitch, I'm pulling it up on that same stitch, and this was on that same stitch. So I'm pulling it up on that same stitch. But what I am going to do is when I come back over, I'm going to loop this over a little bit because it's going to be in this area when I do the white for this area. That is going to be challenging right there. Yeah. All right. So I'm going to go over to here where you have the O. And if you guys have any other questions, you are more than welcome to ask. Okay, so when I added this pink right here, I left extra tail so that I could do my Z formation. When I do my Z formation, it's basically weaving in your tail from left to right and right to left so that it does not come out. When you wash it or when you do like the spray and air dry, it like crinkles up inside. But when it does that, it crinkles up in like a Z formation. Okay, so I consistently pull back from the back. I pull down from the back. I always try to do that because it helps your stitches and putting your stitches together so that your stitches are not just loosely so it's just not loose, because if it's loose then it does not lock in that color. Okay, so now I'm back at the L. I so cannot stand doing letters. I don't like doing letters. Pull through all three, yarn over. And as I'm doing it, I'm just tugging on it a little bit just to make sure that it locks in. So as I'm going, I'm just picking up the next color. And as I'm going, I crochet with a hard tension. My tension is very, very, very rough. Um, some people have such, oh my God, I love Gail's tension because you can actually, it looks like it's like airy, like it's a lot of air, like it's not as tight as mine. Mine sometimes is real tight. I don't like it, but I don't know how else to fix that part. Some people like it when it's that tight, and some people don't. I guess it's preference. I don't, but I don't know how else to fix it, which is weird. Okay, so now I'm going into the big W, willow. The big W. All right, so the big W, let me see. Okay, I have one more of the white right here. Yeah. So if you have any other questions, you can ask any questions. Let me see. All right, so now I am just about done. Because I added this white from the last row, I'm just going to crochet over it. So I'm putting my hanging strings on top of it. And I'm pulling through, yarn over, pull through one, and then I will let it hang. Again, remember, we have the string for over here and the string for over here when we need to open up. And then I'm pulling down on all three, yarn over, pull through. This is an awkward way to crochet, the way I'm sitting. So that's why it's, oh, my back is going to be hurting me today. I know Okay, so that's what I did. Hey, hey, hey! Thank you. Hey, all right now. We got let me see. Hey, we got a super chat. Guess what? I'm gonna do it manually. Look. Super chat. I'm gonna do it manually. Yes, bitch. Thank you. I'm gonna do it manually until I get it together. Thanks, Elise. Oh wow. You're learning. Yeah, I'm gonna do like the short Graphghan tips and tricks. Do like little short ones throughout. Oh, that was so cool. Thank you. Good night. Good night. Have a good night. But yeah, so that's basically it. If you guys don't have any other more questions, I'm using a J hook. But you know what though? It also matters. Your hook does matter. What I am going to do is a video with Little John on the types of hooks and yarns that we use. And the one so I'm going to be on her channel. Her channel is this Wednesday coming up, but she's going to be on mine the following month, I think. Yeah. We're going to be on each other. We're going to take turns on each other's channel, and we're going to do certain hacks and tricks and all that kind of stuff, like 5-minute crafty things and stuff like that. It's going to be cool because again, we're learning. Thank you. I appreciate you, Dark Blue Matter. Yeah, so that's it. That is it. I am going to do some little short hacks and put them into a recorded video and just do like maybe a short 10-minute clip on this. That way no one had to go through the whole entire 2 hours. I don't understand why they keep doing that. But anyway, yeah, so I could do any type of video you want me to do. It's a ghost in here or something. Because I swear to you, my hands was nowhere near it. And I'm looking at it and it just pressed mute. And it did it 4 times. That's so weird. Hmm. Um uh yeah, and Graphghan's University, there's some free graphs that you could practice on. So in Graphghan's University, there's an actual album that says practice graphs and the small graphs that you can practice on. But the actual graphs that you want to use for like blankets and pillows and stuff like that, that's in my Etsy shop. And my Etsy shop is in the description. And we have another group, Graphghans and the Restless, where I have majority of my graphs are in there. Only because Etsy will not allow me to put up certain graphs. So it's certain graphs I cannot put up. You still can't hear me? Sorry. Yeah, I think it's fine now. But yeah, so that's it. That's what I had in mind, and I answered those questions for all those who had questions. And if you have any other questions, hit me up, and I will definitely do this again. I'll do another video tutorial on how you can perfect your craft, your Graphghan craft. But I don't just do Graphghans. I do other stuff too. Have a good night, you guys, and thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you.